What's up everyone, it's just Blaze89. Before I get into the video, I just want to apologise if I sound a bit weird. It's because I've had a cold for the last couple of days. I'm not going to bother waiting for it to go away before I make another video, because that could be days and I don't really want to be leaving it too long between videos. So anyway, this video that I'm making today is going to be basically my thoughts on the good and the bad from Call of Duty World War 2 so far, and also what things that I think they could fix and how I think they could do it. So I'm going to start with the bad things and then go on to the good. But before I do get into the bad things, I'm not in any way hating on the game as such, because I do think it's the best one that they've made in the last few years, to be honest with you. But a lot of that's because I don't like boost jumping and all that lot. But anyway, besides the point. So, some of the bad things about the game. The first one, most obvious, is not an issue now so much, but when it was launched, it was broke. I mean, you could barely get in a game the first few days, and considering they had 3 years to make it, that's not really on, is it? You know, you wouldn't expect a broken game after 3 years in development. I could understand if they only had 12 months, but they've had plenty of time to do it, and it's got to be, I think, the worst launch of any Call of Duty game in terms of how bad the servers were and the issues that there were with it. But anyway, that's old news. Let's move on. My other problem with it is, for a start, there's only 10 maps, which I just don't think is enough. That's less maps than we've had, I think, in any other Call of Duty game. It just doesn't feel like enough maps to me. And the other problem with the maps that I find is that, to me, there's no standout maps. They're all average, really. You know, they're not. There isn't necessarily. Sorry about that. There isn't necessarily like terrible maps. It's probably one of the first ones that I haven't had a map that I hate on there. But there's no real standout maps. There's no maps that make me go, oh wow, whatever map is coming on now, vote for it. Half the time I won't even vote because I'm not really fussed. Like I say, I don't dislike them, but I don't necessarily love them either. So I feel like the maps are just average and there isn't any standout maps in there. So hopefully that'll be improved with the map pack. Fingers crossed when the map packs come out. Another issue I find with it, while I do like the feel of most of the guns, I do think that the BAR and the FG42 are still way dominant over everything else. On the whole, SMGs I feel like could do with a little bit of a buff, to be honest with you. But of course, you got to be careful with that, because if you buff them too much, then they're going to end up just dominating everything on the game. But I just feel like if I'm up against an assault rifle with an SMG with close range and we both open up at the same time, I should probably win that gunfight. Or if you've got the SMG, I've got the assault rifle, if we're both on point with our aim open up at the same time, you should kill me 9 times out of 10. The SMG should be dominant in close range like a shotgun should be. I mean, assault rifle's fair enough, medium to long, but anyway, I'm rambling a bit there. Another problem that I have here is, whilst we're talking about the weapons, in terms of weapons that I'd like to see buffed, I think the SVT needs to have a bit of a slight fire rate buff, because it's got such a slow fire rate. It's pretty much useless. I mean, it's powerful. It's like a 2-shot kill, but I mean, I can get a 2-shot kill half the time with a M1 Garand, and it will fire a hell of a lot faster. I think for a weapon that you have to prestige your division to get, you'd expect it to be a little bit more useful. I just don't find it useful at all. I think it's one of the worst weapons on the game. And while we're on worst weapons of the game, I can't remember the full name of it, but the Luftwaffe shotgun, the double barrel thing, that's mega in need of a buff. That is terrible. They've got to fix that. To me, I personally think, considering that it's only 2 shots between reload, I know it's got a slightly longer range than the others, but I think it should have the same damage as the pump action shotgun does. I think it should be a 1-shot kill, like, to the same range as the pump action shotgun. I just think it should. I think you should have, obviously, a little bit more range, sorry, the range that it's got, but I just think you need to buff its damage big time. It needs to be like 9 at least, maybe even a 10, but maybe go to 9 on the damage, because it's so weak. Sometimes you fire off both shots and you don't get a kill, and then by the time you reloaded, you're dead. So I'd like to see them fix that. The other one, another big issue for me, is domination's been ruined for me in this game, because it's only 50 XP for a kill, unless obviously attacking or defending the flag. But even then, it's only like 125. the points for kills are way too low. It just makes it not worthwhile because we're working with score streaks and not kill streaks. It's just making it so that you think even if you're getting flags, you still need a hell of a lot of kills just to get a UAV. You know, just something as simple as a UAV while recon playing. You know what I mean? You need to get quite a lot of kills on. I mean, if you weren't effective playing the objective, you need 10 kills to get a recon. But even playing the objective, you still need a fair few kills with captures as well. It's just over the top. I think it should be. I mean, if you don't want to go 100, at least go 75. And I get why they're doing it, because obviously the whole point of making the kills only 50 is it's trying to encourage you to play the objective. But to be honest with you, I still don't see that much more of an improvement in terms of people playing the objective. And I just think it's making it. Well, it just makes it not fun to me, because you need to do so much just to get a score streak, and it just seems unnecessary. I think they should take it back to 100 kills, 100 XP for a kill, and leave it at that. Like I say, if they want to compromise and go 75, that might work. I don't know. But I mean, they have come out and said, oh, apparently people prefer it at 50 kills, but everyone I've spoke to, 50 XP a kill, but everyone I've spoke to has said that they hate it at 50 XP a kill, and they would rather it be 100 XP a kill. So, I mean, let me know what you think about that. Are you happy with it at 50 XP a kill, or do you think it should go up to 100 or somewhere in between at 75? Let me know in the comments. And the other con is, and this one's a little one, this one really is just being petty, to be honest with you, is headquarters mode obviously has got fixed the last few days, but I don't like the fact that I can't go into it in between lobbies, like in between games. Now, I know that you didn't have much time to do anything anyway, but I did like to be able to go and get orders if I was in a lobby that I was enjoying playing in. I'd rather be able to go and get orders rather than having to leave the lobby to go and renew my orders or contracts or whatever like that in headquarters. So that's a slight niggle to me. And the final, which is probably actually, to be honest, one of my biggest issues with it, is the melee or melee, whatever you want to call it, stabbing basically. I think it's ridiculous that they've got the advanced war system where it takes 2 shots. It takes 2 melee hits to actually kill someone, because you can't have a knife unless you actively equip it. I know you've got bayonets with the infantry division, but, you know, to be honest with you, I don't really understand why you can't just have 1-shot melee with any class and just make it that when you've got a bayonet on your rifle, you've got a longer melee range. Personally, or melee, whatever. Never know how to say that word, but anyway. So you've got a longer range with it if you use a bayonet. That's all you have to do, and then still, because it's so annoying when you get up close to someone and you go to stab, and you go, oh yeah, I forgot, we can't stab people on this, we just hit them with the gun, and by the time I've hit them the second time, they've normally shot me dead. But that's really annoying to me. I hated it in Advanced Warfare, and I hate that they've brought it back with this. I'd love them to fix that, because I don't hear anyone talk about it as a problem, so maybe you don't think it is, but it really annoys me. And then the other one is divisions. I mean, I know they can be powerful with all the, once you level them up, all the perks and that, but I'd still take a pick 10 system over divisions any day. I prefer creating a class with a pick 10. Any 10 you want, and that's it. That's the best way to create a class setup, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know, do you prefer pick 10, or do you prefer it how it is with divisions and that? I think they're a bit restrictive in what they give you, and I'd just rather have a pick 10 system, like I say. So that's about it for what I find bad in the game. Sorry if I've rambled a lot in this video. Like I say, it sounds like I hate the game the way I've gone on there, but it's just a few things that I think that they could do with fixing in the game, you know. Let me know whether you think I'm right in what I've said, or did it just sound like I was being petty. But let's end on a good note. The things I like about it is, like I say, there isn't any maps that I hate. While there aren't any that I find amazing, there isn't any that I hate, and I don't think there's been another Call of Duty game I can remember. There's always at least 1 or 2 I hate, and there isn't any on here, so that's got to be a good thing. I like that they gave the new guns for free with the challenges. I thought that was good, even though I just got the Sten and it's just a reskinned MP40. But either way, I think it's good that they gave them for free rather than doing them through supply drops, which, hands up, I was wrong. They didn't do them through supply drops. But anyway, I'm glad for that, because I thought they was going to nail us with supply drops all for the more money, but we'll see, that could still come yet. Headquarters, I enjoy that. I think the 1v1 pit in there is the first time I've actually been interested in playing 1v1. Just because the fact I like the fact that it's got a short time limit, I think it's a minute, and the first to 3 kills, and it's in such a confined space. I just think it's a lot better because it doesn't allow for camping and time wasting. You've just got to go out, and it's just gunfight, straight up gunfight. Whoever's got the best gun skill or reactions wins. So I do enjoy that. I think that's brilliant. As I said, I like most weapons. I just think there needs to be a bit more balance, because there's only 2 or 3 that are really viable. Obviously the snipers are all viable if you want to snipe, but outside of that there's only 2 or 3 that are really viable, to be fair, for the most part, unless you want to be totally restricted in the style of your play. The campaign of it I thought was the best campaign that there's been in years, so that's another thing that I enjoyed on it. By far the best campaign in years for me. I don't know what you thought, but I did really enjoy it. Also, I like the fact they seem to be listening to the community and fixing and tweaking things, buffing weapons, nerfing things, trying to fix map exploits and things like that. So hopefully they're starting to listen for once at Activision, and hopefully they'll work on improving some of the things that I've mentioned here. And you never know. Like I say, for now they seem to be trying to fix things. As long as they keep trying to fix things, I'm happy with that, because there's been too many years where they've just not got involved with the community, not listened at all, and just done their own thing. But that's a big improvement to me. I also think they did a fairly good job with the score streaks, considering that it's World War II. Obviously they're not the most powerful in the world, although I am chuffed they brought the chopper gunner back with that ball turret gunner or whatever it's called. I'm chuffed with that, because I was so pleased when that come back. It's been years since Chopper Gunner, and that was my favourite kill streak. But yeah, considering that we're working with World War II technology, I think they've done pretty well with the kill streaks. It does absolutely do my head in that I can't boost the glide bomb, but like I say, it's the technology of the time. The only thing I would say is they kind of said there was going to be dogs in it, and there's not. And dogs are the best kill streak ever. I love dogs. I'd love to have the dogs kill streak come. I'd like it if they added that. I can't see why they couldn't, but obviously they probably won't. But it would be nice if you had dogs in it. But on the whole, considering the technology and what they've got to work with, same as with the guns, they've done a fairly good job with them. And I like the contracts and the orders system, because it gives me something to play for, little mini challenges to aim for. And obviously you get your supply drops through that. You can easily get like easy 10 supply drops a day. I've got like 100 saved up from when I thought the weapons were going to come in supply drops. I don't really know what I'm going to do with them. I might make a video opening them all, but I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so that's basically what I think of the game. I hope I didn't ramble too much. It's my first time making a long video like this, where I discuss just everything basically about the game. I hope I didn't bore you too much. I hope it wasn't too like all over the place, because I've not really, it's not like scripted. I've wrote a couple of notes of things I wanted to remember, like stabbing and all things like that on there that I've mentioned. But yeah, anyway, sorry for rambling if I went on for too long. Did you enjoy this kind of video? Let me know in the comments down below. Is there any points you agree or disagree with on what I've said there? If there is, I'd be interested to hear what you say down below, and we can get into a discussion on that. I'm always happy to talk anything Call of Duty. And thanks for sticking around. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.